Hello YouTube, we're going to make some aluminum inserts for my little swivel vise because those serrated jaws will put marks in what you're working on. Okay, I use my Rockwell 2x whatever upside down jigsaw table saw thing. I have a video on it. I'm sure most of you subscribers have seen it. I bought it last winter. This thing will start out crooked. See that? Where it's wider? Well, then it straightens out. And I made these about 9/16 because it's just about a ½ inch on the jaws. Okay, here's our idea, if this will work. This is about 5/16 dowel, about 1/8 of an inch. If we get that centered somehow, get that marked on the jaw, once we get it made, we'll drill a hole and just epoxy it so the pins just stick in the hole. They'll hold long enough to use it. They don't have to be perfectly machined. They'll be sand or whatever so you don't see them marked so bad, but I think you get the idea. I thought about masking tape on the back. I put tape on here and squeezed it tight as I could. It did not leave a mark on the tape here where the hole was. I'm thinking about making the pins first, have them stick out a little bit, and then line it up, and then push that on there and see if that makes a mark. We'll figure out something. They don't have to be precise. I can always file them to fit where they look better. You know, if one's off a little bit, you know, say it's off like this or something. But, do you remember where I got this at? I got 2 hunks of this. 6 inches by whatever. It was originally 5/16, but I put a original 1/4 inch. It's been milled down to 3/16, so it's had this stuff taken off. One piece had just a little bit of that stuff left on it, which was weird. It was on the back side or something. Yeah, it has a little bit of a hump to it. I'll sand that out. I've got the factory stamps out this stuff. You know, it's hit so hard in the press. Yeah. Nice stock for projects, huh? So there we go. I said, the bad end, we're going to cut them off from here. This is the good side. I picked the good side. Plus it went to the saw easier. And if you ever seen, I'm using my router control that I modified because it was going way too fast. I had to have a pretty good fast speed now for aluminum. And I have a Lennox blade in there. It's a super or whatever special modern blade. And I cannot find it in the store. They had a video on YouTube with a big promotion. I sent for one free. And I have not seen them in a Menards store anywhere. Or any place that I could really tell you. But it's supposed to be a special whatever blade. I do have a cheaper blade that came with the saw. Anyway, too much talking about this. We put too much talking in here. Let's go ahead and build a jaw. Okay, we'll come back when we have one built, and then we'll see if we can decide how we're going to mark the holes. Because I really don't want to take them jaws out of the vise and try to do that. I want to do everything, build it, you know, the way it's setting right now. So stay tuned for more. If you're not bored yet, we'll get this little project done. Won't stretch it out too long. Okay, this is how we're epoxying our pins in. One, I leaned in a little bit because those holes aren't exact. And I did this by putting Sharpie on here and then measuring the vise and just, you know, finding the center line, finding how far in from the outside edge it was. It's approximate. Got lucky it's 5/16 hole. I got some 5/16 inch rod. The rest of it's laying here somewhere. You can guess where I got that. Same place I got that diamond plate. And let's see, what else have I used? Oh, my Sharpie Magnum. 3 things from the same YouTuber. See? People know what I use for shop supplies. Then when this is all done, I'll peel this off. This is a piece of sandpaper, goes on your disc sander. That's your paper backing. So I was using it to sand with. You know, kind of like a surface plane. Get everything scrubbed there. But I'll just peel off the masking tape and stuff when it's cured. It'll only be about 15 minutes. I mixed up way too much, I always do. But that'll be enough to hold it so you can get the jaws closed. If I like them, I might put some glue in there, temporary glue. I can pry them back out. But that's about the minimum, how deep the hole is. You can't go any farther, or maximum I should say. I'm pressing this down as it cures to make sure everything's flat. And these are tapered on the other side, chamfered. So there'll be a little bit of epoxy, and you'll see like a little groove in there. Okay, enough talking about it. Let's get back to work. We're going to take a break here. And we'll be working on this once it's cured. Okay, don't mind the fan if it overrides me there. I gotta have it on. I've started the stove this morning. I wish I wouldn't have. Okay, let's sand this off and see what it looks like. So there ain't much there, but it does stick in there. Stay tuned. I used my homemade scraper to scrape that off. Now we're going to sand it. Okay, it fits pretty good. It's a little long over here. I can always cut it off. Not today. See how easy it fell out, but it stayed in there long enough to use it. One more shot of it. Said you could glue it in there, but it's going to stay in there while you work. I'm just tired of these jaws tearing up my stuff. I mean, it'll leave prints and stuff when you're working on it. And see where the pins were chamfered there with a little ring of epoxy there. And I just sanded every direction. They're going to get beat up and going to have to be cleaned up. So nothing has to be polished, machine finished. Okay, on with making the next one. Wish me luck. I hope it turns out easier than this one. First one's always hardest because you're learning how to do it. And we're done. We can hold a piece there without marring it. Without gouging it all up. We'll do a little bit of better sanding on it sometime. And we got to trim the edges over here a little bit. It's hard to grind and file aluminum. You'll clog your file up, so we're going to use an old file. We're going to hunt up something that doesn't matter. I can unclog a file. I just don't like getting them all full of junk and then having to. That worked pretty good. Just drilled all the way through. Put my little aluminum rivets and they sand down easy. So thanks for watching. I'm happy that I can have different uses for this vise because it's great for doing hobby work.